Guess what? Fall is almost here, and let's unbox this package from Planything. And if you would like to find out what's coming on August 1st, keep it right here. What's up, everyone? This is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas, and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. As you can see, we have another package from Planything. I have some washi tapes. I will get to the swatching, but I will quickly show you what all we have. And I also have a chunky little package. So let's open it. There are some restocks, everything you need for the start of fall. So let's go. And this is everything that's releasing on August 1st, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And don't forget to use my code PRIYA10 for a 10% discount. And it can be stacked on top of sales because there are a lot of good sales happening alongside. As you can see, we have 4 sticker books here. 4 sticker books. And one is the restock of the old favorite, an all-time favorite, the Black Alphabet. And in addition to this restock, which gets sold out in a jiffy, we have 3 new sticker books. One is another alphabet sticker book, the Halloween fun, and we have the fall vibes. So let's quickly flip through these one by one. So first we will have the fall vibes, and this is going to be 15 sticker sheets and 398 stickers, and all the information as to how many stickers and how many pages and what's included. Everything will be in the description. So don't forget to use my code PRIYA10 for 10% off every time you shop. And it's usually stackable on top of sales if anything is happening. But it's the only exclusion is the current subscription boxes, which was the Mediterranean Wonders. And this is another stunning sticker book, if you can see. And let's now get to the flip through. So this was similar to what we had last year. And it was, again, it sold out very quickly. And we have some mix in the sizes with this one as well, which I love. And we have a different kind of scene here, some reading vibes and some scenes through the window and some cozy reading nooks and cozy laptop station and some books. And we have some fall outdoorsy scenes followed by the functional boxes and the bullet points. And all of these are on clear matte. And this one is on paper matte finish. And these are some really fun pumpkins. I can't wait to get started with these. And really beautiful outdoor scenes, some mountains, waterfalls, the nature in fall is just stunning. And we have some of these individual foliage and pumpkins and flowers. You do have clusters. You do have more softer scenes and elements you can build scenes with. You have a picnic scene. And we have more functional elements, followed by gorgeous alphabets in all these fall colors. So you have 3 sheets between all the alphabets with some of the common, most used alphabets repeated a bit more and a couple of the exclamation. So that's our fall vibes. On to the next one, which is Halloween fun. And this is going to be another 15 sheet sticker book. And this time, the last time again, it was really fun. And this time, Amber from Planything just jazzed it up. And the loudest shout out to Amber from Planything for sending me these ahead of time so that I can have these filmed and ready to share with all of you so that you can have a sense of which ones. I'm sure you're going to pick up every single one of them, but just don't forget to stack my code. So this is the first page, really unique colors. And yeah, really creepy if you ask me, but I think this is what the Halloween is, right? And you do have a fun splash of orange there, and it's going to be, the scenes are going to be phenomenal. You do have some ghosts in bigger sizes, which I love. And we do have some functional boxes and bullet points and more of those scenes. And look at those bats. So fun. And you can build some really creepy scenes, whether it be for your planner or journal. And you do have, well, that's so adorable. And all of these kittens, cats, and all sorts of mischievous forms. And you have the skeletons, and you have some of those potions, and you do have these girls. I'm assuming it's a costume. It looks so adorable anyway. Yes, and she is even pretending to be a witch. She has her potions and she's on the broom and she has the cauldron all boiling away with coordinating boxes. And of course, no fall is complete without some pumpkins. So we have some really colorful pumpkins. And we, of course, have these hocus pocus themed, more Halloween stuff in the traditional colors. Yeah, that is, yeah, that's so fun. Did you see those details? Can you see that? Yeah, that is adorable. And we have the functional boxes. And the last but definitely not the least, we need our coats. So that is the Halloween fun. On to the last new book, which is this colorful alphabet, which again is filled with lots of colorful fonts and shapes and sizes, I'm assuming. So this one is a 17 sticker sheet one. And we have this fun font with the polka dots and lines and the triangles. So we have the full collection with all the alphabets with enough repeated times, I guess. On to the next one, which is a fun pastel color. So all of these are going to be clear matte. These are fun pastel colors, and you do have a good number to use. So that's the next sheet or the next collection. I like that she included these this time. And we have this one, which is a mix of fun pinks and blues. That's a nice fun combo. And next we have some really fun bright colors, more like the neon colors, if you may. And you do have some of these sweetheart heart-shaped candy like so. And that is the full collection with more of those vowels. I like that. And that is the colorful alphabet. And now for the quick flash through of the black alphabet, which I'm sure you have seen before, but don't sleep on these. It is a hot selling item and you might want to grab it as soon as it drops, because this is definitely a sellout and so is this. Usually the Halloween items are all something that sells out really fast. So you might actually want to set your alarms, set your times, and it releases on August 1st, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. and these are going to be selling out really fast. So on to the washi tapes now. So I just removed the packaging from the washi tapes, and this is my Plan Anything notebook, the A5 notebook. And I usually use it as a swatch book, and I have a lot of the washi tapes from Plan Anything here, and a few from Archer and Olive. And I do have a couple from Live Love Posh also, which I stored in the back. And let's get to this month's washi tapes. And I'm not sure if this is still available, but if you are somebody who likes these smaller dot grid notebooks on a disc, this is actually 8 discs. And you can grab these from Plan Anything if they are still available. Last time I checked, they were heavily discounted. So you might want to actually check out if they are. It's a great deal. And since they were now on sale, once you stack my discount code, it's going to be at an unbelievably good price. These new colors, she always comes up with perfectly color coordinated washi tapes. So that's our swatching all done. And that is everything that's coming out. So let me know what you think, which of these sticker books you're picking, and which ones you're picking multiples of, because I would strongly suggest you do. And let me know if you had any of the Halloween sticker books from the past years that you really love and you wished Amber from Plan Anything brought back. And let me also know if you have this one or the alphabet book that came out before this, the chunky one. And hope you get to shop on the release day, because you do run the risk of things selling out, especially with these ones. And again, the Halloween one is again a hotcake. So let's get to our plan with me now. So I'm getting started with my journal for October, and I have all these new sticker books pulled out along with some distress oxides. And I would really like to do something fun today. So I have the washi tapes, and I also have that leaf washi, which was from the last year fall release. It was from one of the subscription boxes, and it's still available when I last checked. So you might want to check that out. So I have all these other Plan Anything washi tapes also out, just in case, And I have that window sticker, which is like an ephemera from Journal Say. And my code Priya can earn you 8% off at Journal Say. And my new journal is going to be something from my stash. And this is this vegan leather B5 again. So this will be the start of September. So September, October, November, and December, I will be using this journal for my daily journaling. And I'm just getting started with the initial setup. And this is from Archer and Olive. And my code Priya10 can earn you 10% off at Archer and Olive also. And that washi cutter you see is from Live Love Posh. And my code Priya10 works there too. And isn't that a gorgeous design? The pages are always stunning, all the details. So I'm coming back at a later date. So I had to stop and go and come back to it later. So let me also get my Tombow, the whitener. So I'll have all the products I'm using linked below, just in case you want to pick anything up, including these tweezers and the Tombow correction tape and all that. So I wanted to keep it simple here, but still I wanted to bring in those fall colors, which we will be starting in September. So that's really gorgeous. And yeah, I love how bright that green set of elements are. And I'm going to be using these alphabets. I could have gone for the other alphabet sticker book, but I thought these really pulled everything together. So I'm trying to kind of, since we already have the lines, I don't have to worry about them being straight. It's just a matter of fitting all the alphabets in the space we have. So that's some decoration for the bottom part. And on the next alphabet, I'd like to keep it simple. And looks like I will have some adjustment to do because I will not fit everything in properly if I don't just squeeze everything together. So there we go. And I also have some decorative Y that's really pretty. And we can have a slightly more decorated A, or should we just go for this one? Yeah, we'll just move it like so that we can have, yeah, that's a bit too much. Too much overlapping and the details would just not show. So just keeping it like so. So that's my name, straight and simple, just like that. And next, I need some of these other elements to go here. Again, this is totally optional. You can just write in your name and keep it at that, which is totally okay. But since we have such gorgeous stickers, why shouldn't we? So that's my thought process behind decorating these pages. And it does not take much time. Come on. And if you have a pretty name page, I don't say I look at the name page much, but it's a really fun way of jazzing up your journals or your planners. It's like in the planner world, we always say that once you put your name down, that's like the ultimate commitment, which it's funny for us, a lot of people, which I can see why, because it's not the end of the world. It's just papers and stickers. It's not anything more than that. So I'm just using these washi tapes. First, I thought I would come and cut it more like a kiss card, but then since this already has a white backing, I don't think it would show. So we are going to be letting that fall like so. And as I said, this washi tape is from the subscription, one of the subscription boxes from last year, and it was a really gorgeous one. So it is still available, and my code Priya10 can be used for past subscription boxes. So don't wait on these. This is really perfect, especially because it comes with a really good value. So you have a notepad, a sticker book, obviously, and a few other things. She usually has a good mix. And the last subscription box from the July 2025 one was a Mediterranean Wonders. I have a full flip through and the Dutch door setup. In fact, two of the Dutch door setups are on my channel. So all that is linked below if you want to check that out. And that's the washi tape from Reading Through the Seasons, which was from the June or July. Yeah, so that was also nice. I believe it was June of this year. And I will bring in a couple of the cozy elements, and I think it will be nice and fun. And it is such for small touches that really bring life to spreads, pulling everything together. So I love that we can just look at that, just that scalloped washi at the top, and you have a nice fun color at the top. So we will need something in orange to balance some of those colors going on at the top of the page. And I will bring something small just to keep that balance going. And next we have this page, which I'm planning to do like a cover page for September. And I wanted to do like a 4 Dutch door. and it did come out really nice and fun. And I'm trying to now see where I can fit these windows because I'm looking for ideally a window scene. And you look through the windows, you do have a scene to look at. And outside the windows, also, I mean, on the space where you do not have the window, you have some other gorgeous scenes to look at. So that's my bone folder from Fiskas. It's a nice, simple way of making those crisp creases on the pages. If you don't fold it well, it does make your journal chunky. If you keep repeating it for a few more times, it gets really chunky and it's unstable. Come on. So that is our Dutch door, the for Dutch door. I mean, I'm roughly placing it to see where I can have the windows, and I think I should have kept it more to the middle, but that's how you try new things, and I'm okay with that. So here I'm just trying to make sure I line it up straight, and let me just grab my pencil and yeah, I'm just marking inside those window panes, and I will cut a bit outside of that so that we can actually see that frame only. So just holding that straight is always key because otherwise you will end up with a crooked window and a crooked Dutch door. So just hold that tight and then you can get started with your Dutch door. So this is the washi cutter that I like to use, and I use my Fiskars ceramic trimmer to cut just straight along the edge. And just make sure that you hold it up straight, otherwise you don't get a very crisp cut because you would be, since this is metal, the washi cutter is metal, you do rub against that edge, and then the blade is just not able to get to the paper fully. So you do get some uneven edges. So that's why I have to go back and straighten those lines and make those crisp edges. So yeah, that's good enough, but I think I will just go ahead and trim a bit more at the top so that only the frame will be visible from the front. And that is actually a really clean frame with no decorations at all. And as you saw, you can even open the window panes and you can look at the scene behind with a bit more of a visibility. And that's the gyro cut in action. It's usually not great for straight lines, but I think I'm getting the hang of things with that. So that's why, yeah, and that is the next side. And I think I will just go and cut a bit more so that the top and the bottom can also be completely hidden behind that page. So yeah, that looks better. And it is always nice when you have those crisp lines, especially since I have to go back and do some finishing touches for the back page also, because especially when I turn the page, I don't want it to be looking unfinished. So I'm using the scrap piece of paper, and make sure you glue down only the very edge because you want to be able to open those window panes. And that is our window. down, and yeah, I think it'll be okay because we will be coming and finishing the back of that window using some washi tapes. And does that look good? I don't think so. Yeah, it's just not enough space. I should have thought about it a bit earlier, but that's fine because I wanted to have the windows to be the highlights. So I'm going to cut a small Dutch door, just trimming off the top part. And that is, yeah, not a very clean cut because that's really close to the spine, but I would rather keep it this way because I do not want to damage the spine. And if I just cut into the spine, that's not something ideal because the whole journal would be falling apart. Just cutting a bit closer, and that is the entire Dutch door. Yeah, I think it's good. And just straightening that out a bit. I think that's good. And that is the first window down. And we have the second one to be placed. Again, it opens like so. And yeah, I did not want it to go all the way to the bottom, but this one is slightly different because I did not want the windows to be exactly the same. So I picked something with a few decorations, and that is our pencil marks for the cut. And let me know if you like to use windows for scenes like these. And if you have a favorite place or a shop where you pick up these from. Because I don't see very many thick windows in a lot of shops. So I'm always on the lookout for good shops. I like to explore. And these are mostly my windows I pick up are from Journal Say. And over, I think, 29 US dollars or something, they do ship international for free. So it's fairly inexpensive and really have a lot of stationery that comes in handy. So I like to pick up stamps or something in the ephemera section. They usually have alphabets and really interesting elements, say the mushroom houses, or a lot of whimsical elements can be found there. So I like to combine it with the elements we already have in our stash just for some fun touches. And I'm going to be using the pencil again to mark that arch so that I can just cut that out so that the frame can sit a bit better. And that was easier, I must say. And onto gluing that down, and always use a scrap piece of paper to do such tasks because you do not want your glue to be on your working surface. And that's our next window down. And it needs some repositioning because the glue otherwise would stick to the page beneath that. So that is the next step, which means we have to, yeah, I think I will go for something slimmer. And yeah, that looks good. Just making sure that I have space for the header or the name of the month, which is September. And this is the black alphabets, which I'm leaning towards, but we'll see. So I'm going to be taking my older black alphabet sticker book, which came out earlier this year. And I have these alphabets which I will use. That's what I'm leaning towards again. So before we have that, I think I will come and finish off the windows and then get the scene all laid out perfectly. And then we will get to the labeling of the month. So that's a scalloped washi again. And Planything has lots of bundles that at the time of editing, it's still available in the sales bin. So you do have the scalloped edges, you do have the grids, and you do have the stripes. There are different bundles available in the washi tapes, and she does have a pretty good variety when it comes to the colors and the seasonal themes you have. So that's a great bundle if you are looking for good quality washi tapes. And that's my corner rounder, which I'm using for the edges, just so that I can have a cleaner look with these. And I will now need, yeah, I think I will create the scenes now, because it's always you really want to create these scenes, but then again, you do have the distress oxides, which I would love to bring in first. So I think I need something a bit taller so that it can be visible more. So that's why, yeah, that is stunning. So you see how you can kind of build these elements, and even if you open that window, you can see it entirely. And that's, you've really, you're going to have a really hard time picking the elements, because it is, you have so many gorgeous elements to choose from. And I'm trying to see, yeah, that looks really pretty. And you have these, yeah, but I don't think that's quite, yeah, that's not, you don't see it entirely. So I think, yeah, it will have to wait. And we have, that house is actually really pretty. And we have some of these smaller elements which are always helpful when you are trying to build a scene like this. And that, I think, goes really well. And yeah, it opens up beautifully. So the window scenes, I think we need something else in addition to the, yeah, I almost put it down, but then no, I think that's really gorgeous to begin with. And you know how hard it is, it's going to be really, really tough with such gorgeous elements to use. And let me know if you are doing something similar or if you have done something similar. And it's really a challenge sometimes to get creative with certain elements. And if you're like me, you want to try a lot of different things. And yeah, I did not like how that waterfall looked, as if it's up in the sky or something. It did not look good. So now I'm getting my distress oxides, and I have full tutorials on how you can get started, and that's the brush heads. And these are the two inks I have chosen. I will link all the products I'm using. So this is the Uncharted Mariner, and I'm going with the edges, and I have the scattered straw for the ground. So I'm just attaching the heads and just tapping off some of that ink because I just want a tad bit for that fun effect. And I don't want many harsh lines. So I will come and blend it all. So that is like the sky, and you do have a lot of colors and options when it comes to blending your inks. And I do talk about all the things you can use or the techniques you can use, especially as you get these inks working in your planners or journals. So I'm just extending it to the other side. And as you can see, I'm just taking it on the brush head and then dabbing off a lot. And this is such a fun way of see how that looks. Just peeking through that window. And here I'm going to bring in some of these just at the outside there. And you do see, yeah, so that's a nice fun effect. And I'm going to be adding the ground now. So just dabbing off the excess there. And you see how that looks just by adding those colors. And I'm also trying to blend in some of those at the junction of these two colors. And I really love how this turned out. And I like to play around with the distress oxide at least once a month. I really love to bring these in, and it's a great creative outlet. And you just let the process be, and it turns out to be amazing every time. Just trimming off that white part, that small part of the page that was sticking out, and yeah, that window scene looks cute now. Just doing some more of those excess colors, and I wanted to use this grid washi for the window frame on the other side, just so that it can actually look a bit softer, and it does go with all the colors we have going on, and it is a nice fun touch. And I've been wanting to bring in these windows again because I have done setups using windows, but then I can't just bring in windows every single time. It gets really boring, right? And yeah, so I'm just, as you can see, I'm just covering up the window frame to make it look a bit more finished. And that is, yeah, just let's just trim that off at that end. And we're just keeping it nice and simple. So that's the first window all done. And we'll do the bottom also. And with such soft colors, I think it does look nice, especially when you have such softer colors with the whole deco. And then you don't want the washi tape to be overpoweringly bright. So that's nice. I think it went very well with everything we have going on. And that is our next window, which has an arch. The arch is, again, it's a very mild curve, so I think we should be good. So just keeping it. You see how useful these washi cutters are? And Live Love Posh has a few different colors and designs to choose from. So that's always a good thing. And let's just now cut that arched part so that the washi tape can sit nice and snug. And yeah, if it is cut all the way through, I think it'll come out clean. Yeah, that's it. So that's our windows all nice and done. So let me know if you have done something similar, as in creating the scenes, or if you have brought in distress oxides. And how do you like fall? What's your favorite thing about fall? If fall is your favorite. And let's now build a scene on the other side of the window so that we will have something to look at even when we turn the page. And for this side, we will have, I'm just trying to see and pick elements which don't clash with each other. And yeah, let's see. Yeah, since I'm not left-handed, it's always a task. Yeah, this looks very, very, very weird. So let's now finish or add some more color to our sky on the outer page, because we are going to be adding color to the edges. So I just don't want too much color to be getting on anything, or even if it is just on the page below, I would rather have the colors spread out more evenly. So I have, yeah, just a dab of that color. And we need more ink there. Just a small splash of color. Yeah, I think it does look good just with those smaller colors. I mean, smaller touches, I mean. And we need some purple just for some fun touches. Not a whole lot, just a bit, just to bring in those evening sky colors. Yeah. And I will also come and add, yeah, that looks about right. And just at the borders, or the edges rather. And we will now come and add the finishing touches to the scene in the middle, because we have a lot of these colors are really pretty. So we will now come and add these boxes, these colored boxes, which are always a fun idea to bring in such fun colors. So I'm just keeping it like it's not at the same level. I'm just keeping it at multiple levels, more like a wavy kind of look, which is easier because you don't have to worry about them having to be on a straight line. So I'm going with my black alphabets, and I'm just spelling SETT. So just going with our 4 letters for now. And I'm going with this particular font, which is more like a kind of celestial kind of font. And that's September. That is really pretty. And we have a few more spaces where we need elements that we can look at. Yeah, the bench can go right there, right next to that window. And it is always nice when we can actually bring in elements from different collections in a sticker book. And that girl can definitely be there because I wanted to bring her in. And it is a nice, fun scene, and I love that outdoorsy scene. So let's just now fill some of the gaps between the letters using some of these smaller elements. And yeah, we need some more color, don't we? Just at the edge. And we'll go with the Uncharted Mariner for now, just for that small touch of color. And of course, the scattered straw for that ground. And just bringing that in just at the bottom. Do you see that mild dusting of that color? That's all we are looking for. And I definitely need, yeah, some black for that pop of color. Yeah, and that black and white, striped black, white, and gray. That's a really useful combo. And we have this washi tape that I will use on this page also. Yeah, and I'm not sure I want that to be visible. So I'm just stopping it there. And what else? So we have some of these mountain scenes that we can bring here. And I think with the distress oxide, it does give a really fun touch. That's the advantage of clear stickers. I'm a big fan of the clear stickers. And you have these inks really look great with clear stickers. And that is, yeah, we need some more those elements. And I think it does go well with what we have going on. And we, of course, need to bring in these leaves, just falling, just a couple of leaves here and there. And then we will also, yeah, let's get some sticker surgery done on them. We'll have the leaf cut into two, and we will also have another leaf which is cut, and we can use it on the other side. Yeah, that looks about right. And that's a great way of using up or maximizing on stickers that you don't have very many of. And just coming back for some finishing touches. And we will just complete that scene on the bottom. And yeah, a few of these girls can also hang out in these pages. It's really fun when you have such different colors, different collections, different themes going on in the same sticker book. So I like to combine elements across collections. So let me know if you are somebody who does that. And I have these boxes now, which I will be bringing. So these are like the highlights of the month. So if you did not know, this is my daily journal, and I'd like to come and add something from each day in my journal. So these are boxes are usually helpful for me because I come and add some highlights or something the kids said or did, or something we did as a family, something that meant something to me. So that's where what these boxes will hold. So it is always nice when you can look back and cherish those memories. So that's why I think boxes are important. But if you are somebody who does not like boxes in your journals, it's just a writing space, plain and simple, please keep it that way. But I'm doing it for what works for me. So everybody is different. So that is why you may not agree with everything that I put down, because I like to sticker it up, and I like to have elements put down specifically for certain purposes. So that's what this is. And please check out the release. It releases on August 1st, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And please mark your calendars, because some of these are going to be sold out in the blink of an eye. And don't forget to stack my code, or even on sale items, my code Priya10, which can earn you 10% off, except on current subscription boxes. And stay tuned for the August subscription box, which you're gonna love. And that drops on August 15th, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I will have my video up at that time, so you can check that out. And my affiliate link will be always in the description. And I truly, truly appreciate every single one of you who take time to support me, show me your love, and send loving words to my DMs or dropping it in the comments. And stay tuned for a fun giveaway, because I have a milestone coming. I have big plans. So please stay tuned, and let me know what you think and which sticker books. If you're picking multiples, please let me know about that as well. And what you're picking, and what you think about this. And please come follow me on Instagram. I do share spreads and more sneaks, even if they don't quite get YouTube videos. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.